Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Zach Plays Katawa Shouju, episode 28. I want to say something like that. Um, Feeling a bit down after last episode, as you can tell by Super Saiyan Crazy Hair. I am recording all of these in a row, and last episode has me feeling a bit down. We had a bit of a fight with Emmy, and it's not looking very good for our relationship. It's not looking very good because she says that she's not gonna let us in. She's not gonna let us be close to her and stuff like that. So let's get into it, though. Let's see what the future holds for good old Hijau here. I'm guessing that we're getting pretty close to finishing the game. As always, though, that this is an adult Let's Play, and there very well could be nudity, so if you're not okay with that, then please click away now. But, without further ado, let's get into it. The morning comes too soon on the heels of a sleepless night. Is this how Emmy's been spending her nights? Staring at the wall or ceiling, trying to stop thinking about whatever it is. Her, in my case. That clenched feeling in my gut is still there. I can't rely on you. Words spoken so casually, almost like she were teasing me, or chastising me for suggesting that the earth is flat. That's how it's got to be. The way it's got to be sucks. I'm feeling so miserable that I very nearly decide to skip the run. That would be stupid though. It's not something I should do just to see her. Sure, that was the original reason, but it's something more now. I've started to enjoy the running myself. There are worse ways to get the blood flowing, anyway. Never thought I'd say it after that first week or so, but I feel a lot better after a run. Like, no matter what else I do today, I've at least done that one thing. It wakes me up too, and Amy herself said that running always clears her mind. Maybe it'll help clear mine. I hope so. The morning is cool and clear, if a bit humid. Summer's making itself known, it seems. Emmy's already stretching out when I arrive and greets me with a smile and a wave. Hey, Hejao! The sight of her is so chipper. It's like a kick in the nuts. How could she be so happy after yesterday? I give a half wave, and I'm surprised to receive a hug. Hey, about last night. Here it comes. I wanted to say thanks. I actually managed to get some sleep for the first time in a while. I think it's because of our talk. So, thanks. How could she sleep better after our chat? She basically told me that she wouldn't get any closer to me. And that let her sleep well? Excuse me, but what the hell? I mean, either doesn't notice my bafflement or chooses not to notice. No telling with her anymore. Oh, no problem. Glad it helped. The venom that threatens to drip into my voice is controlled for now, but I think I'd better start running now, before I do anything stupid. Emmy seems equally willing to get started, and before long, we're darting around the track. I could tell she feels more relaxed. Her running has gone back to the more graceful movements I remember from when I first watched her. As a stark contrast to the almost brutal way she's been hurling herself around the track these past few days, our talk really does seem to have helped her. Pity it couldn't help me. Get to the rhythm of running, thinking back to when I couldn't afford to think about anything else but keeping my breathing steady and my legs moving. Guess those days are gone, at least for the first couple laps. Annoyed at the lack of success I'm having with clearing my head, I increase the pace. Ah, there's a burning sensation in my legs, the breath's coming ragged in my chest, the pounding of my heart, which I still need to be careful about. But it does seem that I have gotten stronger. I can feel it pumping blood through my chest, through my veins. The sound thrums in my ears, but instead of being panicked, as I was that day in the snow, I'm instead filled with elation. Yes, it's working. My heart, that fatal flaw that landed me here, has improved. I'm able to keep going now. Maybe one day I'll be able to stop worrying as much. Right now it doesn't matter that I have no idea what to do about Emmy and me. All that matters is that my arms and legs continue to pump in concert with one another. Nothing else. As I hit the final stretch, I remind myself that running really does help, though not as much as I'd hoped. I do feel better, and as I walk a few laps to cool down, I begin to remember last night in a slightly less emotional manner. Emily wants me to stay distant from her. I can't bring myself to do so. There's got to be a way around this, some kind of middle ground I can reach. Not sure what that middle ground is, though. Damn. I was almost feeling optimistic. Nice run, Hijau. You've really improved. Nice run. That's all I can hope for now, isn't it? Congratulations, Hijau. You're pathetic. I gotta change my attitude. Well, you know, I am pretty awesome. Yet, I just keep saying things that I don't mean. Any second now, I'll be as good at hiding my problems as Emmy is. I like to think so. Why does she do this to me? Say something like that with such real affection in her voice that it makes my heart leap. She doesn't mean it. She can't. I must be doing a worse job than I thought because Emmy peers closely at me. Hey, you feeling okay? Maybe we should get to the nurse, huh? Yeah, I'd hate to keel over on you. Emmy looks a little shocked at my bitter tone. Don't say things like that. I've already done it once before, you know. Why does she act so affectionate? She doesn't really care. I thought she made that clear. But despite all of that, I found myself apologizing even though I shouldn't have to. Even though she's probably just putting on an act. Sorry. Come on, let's see the nurse. Can't get myself to calm down the whole time. Every time it feels like I've gotten over what happened last night, Emmy does something or says something that shows affection. And I'm back to the beginning. Just be like, bitch! Do you care about me or not? Stop teasing me along, alright? I'm not playing your games. The image of her ending that conversation haunts me. It was like the final twist of the knife that left me feeling bereft of any hope that Emmy and I could be more than what we were. And what are we at this point? Little more than friends who happen to fuck? And really, it's not like I don't enjoy the time I spend with her. Said so the other day myself. I very nearly didn't even bring anything up with her. I was just gonna hop on in there and let it ride, wasn't I? No, we're not settling for friends with benefits, buddy. We're going all the way or nothing. Right? We're chopping her off! With this running through my head, I found myself in front of the nurse's office, still brooding as he checks out Emmy. Emmy comes bounding out to the door, gives me a kiss, and darts off to the shower, as I assume. Meanwhile, the nurse beckons me into his office to give me a ritual once-over. Any problems today? Nah, I even pushed it a little harder today than I have in the past, and I seem to be able to handle it. That's uncharacteristically risky coming from you, Hijau. You've been hanging out with Emmy too much, she's rubbed off on you. Not necessarily in a good way. At the mention of Emmy's name, I can't help but frown unhappily in spite of my efforts at control. Well now, this is new, don't you think? Last I checked, your usual response to Emmy's name was a grin, not a frown. What exactly happened between you two? Because Emmy doesn't seem to be in on it. Whatever it is. She looked more relaxed than I've ever seen her in weeks, which is unusual for this time of the year. What do you mean by that? By what? For this time of the year. I keep trying to find out what's been bothering her, but she clams up as soon as I broach the subject. Then last night she said, let me guess, she won't tell you because she says she can't trust you. And now you're crushed because you thought that the two of you were so much more than she seems to think, right? More or less. How the heck do you know? Hijau, I'm a nurse. It's my job to know these things. You're not a counselor, bro. You're a nurse. That's not your job to know these things. Plus, I've known Emmy for long enough to know that she'd try to do something like this. It's just like her. He says this in a sort of half-affectionate, half-frustrated tone that would seem more appropriate if he had a cigarette dangling from his lips. As it is, he seems willing to make do with a pen. Look, you mind if I give you some advice? Sure, why not? What was it Mutao said yesterday? If you can't observe the thing, then observe what's around it. Worth a shot. The nurse knows Emmy better than I do, I'll wager. Sure, I'm open to suggestions. Honestly, I'm kinda lost. I've got no idea how to deal with this. I never would have guessed. He grins while he says this. I think he's kidding. Look, here's the deal. Emmy is stubborn. You should know that by now, and if you don't, then you're pretty unobservant. But I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt here. I'm so grateful. Anyway, if she's decided that she doesn't want to talk about what happened, then she's not going to talk about what's happened. Has she said anything about what's been bothering her? Even a hint? Well, she said that she'd been having nightmares about the accident. Really? You're making progress then, that's good. Well, I guess I can fill you in on this without violating my strict non-interference policy when it comes to me making stupid decisions. The anniversary of her accident is coming up soon. She gets depressed around this time, because it was a pretty dramatic event, considering what she lost. That's the other thing, she acted like she lost more than just her legs. What happened? Whoa, nope, not going there. You'll have to ask someone else about that, because that's a whole can of worms I'm not about to open. She lost her dad, bro, you're so stupid! How do you not get this? Everybody watching knows! God, he's so dumb! I'm trying to find my hand sweat towel, but I can't. If everyone wants you to know, she'll tell you in her own time. You just gotta be patient, that's all. Why are you even helping me with all of this? Because you're good for her. She trusts you, even if you don't think she does. And you've got the best chance out of anyone at this school right now to help her through this time of the year. She won't accept my help, but she might accept yours if you don't screw it up. So, don't screw it up. Got it? I put my mouth to respond, but a knocking at the door interrupted me. Hey, you guys still in there? Just a moment, Emmy. Give us a second to get our pants back on. The door bursts open and Emmy glares knives at the nurse. Asshole. Didn't mean to get your hopes up. Hey, can we leave me out of this? Anyway, what's up, Emmy? Forget something? Try to make a more cheerful tone with her. You don't need to upset her. Two can play the everything's fine game. Actually, I forgot to ask you something. No? What's that? Do you want to come up with me on a trip to my house? My mom's making dinner, and I thought you might want to join us. Well, of course I accept. Emmy punches the nurse in the arm playfully. Not you, idiot. You were over last week. I was talking to Hijao. Oh? How interesting. Meeting the parent. I'd love to go, Emmy. Thanks. The nurse raises an eyebrow, but says nothing. Great. I'll be in my room. Swing by after you shower and change into something clean, and we'll grab the bus. Sounds good. I'll see you in a bit. This time it's me who leaves in for a quick kiss before darting off to my room. Okay. So here's what's going down. She's had nightmares. She's been having nightmares about, I'm guessing, she's been having nightmares about the car accident, where she lost her legs, and we're assuming she lost her dad. Alright? It would make sense. It would make sense. Where is my hand sweat towel? Found it. So she's having nightmares about that. It's approaching the anniversary of that. So that's apparently what's making her depressed, what's making her in a shitty mood, which is understandable. It's understandable. So when she says she's not going to let us in, it's not true. She's already letting us in. The nurse is telling us, he told us, you know, she trusts you. She already trusts you if she's letting you in that far. So she's trusting us already. We just need to get in there a little bit more. So I can stop being salty because we got a chance. Let's do this. Alright. What an interesting development. Maybe we're getting closer after all. Maybe Emmy's finally ready to open up a little. Or maybe she's just being polite, and a free meal seems like a good way to apologize for last night. Great, now I can't decide whether to be excited, nervous, or depressed. I settle for a combination of all three and hop in the shower. I don't think I like riding on buses. Actually, I'm pretty comfortable saying that as a fact. They sway a lot and they smell funny, and you can feel every bump in the road. I'm really not looking forward to this. Plus, Emmy's legs keep making a clanking noise. Well, it draws the attention of everyone else on the bus. She's in shorts again, and she's got long socks drawn up to her prosthetics, so they don't look so obviously false again. But that doesn't stop the odd look or two every time her legs bump together with an audible clunk. I shift nervously in my seat, and Emmy raises an eyebrow questioningly. She doesn't seem to mind the stares. Either that or she doesn't even notice that people are staring. I'm sure she's gotten her fill of odd looks before. After a certain amount of time, I doubt she'd even notice anymore. Not that she'd ever tell me if I asked. Another fact is, I'm not just uncomfortable about the bus, though. I can't seem to come to terms with the fact that Emmy appears to be trying to bring me closer, but at the same time pushing me away. Then I said that she trusts me, even if it doesn't look like it. But I'm not sure I can trust the nurse. He's protective of Emmy, just like I'm protective of Emmy, and I'd like to say something to make her look good. And I'd be likely to say something to make her look good if someone asked me about her. So he might just be doing that. Still, there was something about the way he seemed genuinely surprised that Emmy invited me along. Maybe last night's talk helped more than I think, but I'm so worried. Meeting the parents is a big deal, right? Well, parent. Not that I haven't already met Emmy's mother, but that was just as an acquaintance. Now it's going to be as Emmy's boyfriend, with everything that implies. She's gonna be like, oh, you broke up with Rin? I can feel my heart pounding in my chest, an echo of that snow-covered afternoon. That feels like it was so long ago that it might just well be another life entirely. Except then, I didn't know what was going on. I also didn't have any medication to help prevent things from spiraling out of control. I've come a long way in terms of my physical health, and for the second time today I feel like I've been able to live normally now. Or at least as normally as possible. Now, if only I could manage my relationships as well as I've managed my heart, I'd be in great shape. That's true. Well, we're here. Emmy grabs my hand as soon as we stepped out the bus. She starts heading down the street almost immediately. Come on, we've got a couple blocks until my place. What? Oh, okay. I follow Emmy down the street, watching her confident stride. She's setting kind of a quick pace just for a walk. I guess she's anxious to get there. So does your mom do this sort of thing often? Nah, not too frequently. Mom's never been much for playing hostess. Oh yeah? Yeah, my dad was always the one pushing her to have people over. This sudden and unprompted reference to her brother catches me off guard. From the look on Emmy's face, I'm not sure she meant to mention him. I think I've only ever heard her talk about him once. All I remember is that Emmy's mom told me he wasn't around anymore. Oh? Her mom preferred solitude? Emmy laughs, either from relief that I did ask about her father, or from finding the statement actually funny. Not at all. She's why I'm such an outgoing person, you know. She just prefers to be a guest, rather than a hostess. It's less stressful that way, or so she says. Clearly, she's never had to meet her girlfriend's mother for dinner. Emmy giggles again and speaks in a teasing tone. Nervous, Hijao? You shouldn't be, you know. It's not that big of a deal, it's just dinner at my house, that's all. Yeah, but have you ever brought home a boyfriend before? I confess that part of me dreads hearing the answer to this. I know very little of Emmy's past relationships. I don't even know if there were any past relationships. No, I guess I haven't. Hey, maybe this really is kind of a big deal after all. Oh good, now I only feel twice as nervous. Though to tell the truth, I'm pretty happy to hear that I'm the first one. Maybe we've got something special after all. Maybe. Bolstered by this new thought, I've managed to calm down considerably by the time Emmy knocks on the front door. Hey Mom, open up, we're here. Oh yeah, that's right, she's Southern voice. Southern manly voice. The door swings open and Mrs. Irizaki stands grinning at her daughter. The grin is still surprisingly similar to Emmy's. I'm never going to get used to that. You know, people normally wait for a few minutes before they start shouting at the door. And most mothers say hello to their daughters instead of scolding them right away, like hello. Ah, of course. Welcome home, dear. I missed you. An affectionate hug, later we're inside. And it is only then that Emmy's mom seems to remember that I'm actually here. And hello to you too, Hijao. How are you? I'm quite well, thank you. Nice to not have school to worry about for a little bit. Ah yes, you finished up your exams, haven't you? That must be quite a relief for you both. It's certainly a weight off my mind, that's for sure. Mine too. I think I slept well for the first time in weeks last night from relief alone. If this news is a surprise to Emmy's mother, she doesn't show it. Still, her response portrays a note of interest. Is that so? Very glad to hear that, Emmy. You know, I get worried when you get all wound up about, well, exams. Certainly Emmy's mother knows something I don't, or rather, she doesn't know that Emmy's told me about the nightmares. That's interesting. Being able to observe how Mrs. Ibarazaki covers for me. that protective instinct to make sure that I don't know any more than Emmy's willing to tell me. I suppose Emmy's got more in common with Quarks than I have ever realized. Science joke! Moves around fast, impossible to understand through direct observation, yet she has an effect on everyone she encounters. What if Mr. Ibarozaki will figure out that I know about the nightmares, or is she just keeping everything secret from everybody? Yeah, it's not as bad as last year, as in the past. Hijau helped me to stay focused. Okay. I know that's not true. She even cut off contact outside school hours during exam week, but she did see me during the day, and she told me more than once that the morning runs was the only thing she looked forward to during exams. So maybe it's not that much of a lie. Either way, to hear that being around her has helped even a little. It makes me feel a bit better. Emmy's mother raises an eyebrow at the statement. Either she doesn't believe Emmy, or she's as surprised as I am. Well, then it appears it's a good thing you two have become so close. I tell you to take good care of my daughter, Hijau, but it looks like you've already doing that. Emmy grins at this and seems to take pride in my having managed to ingratiate myself with her mother so easily. Actually, I'd say your daughter's been the one taking care of me. She's gotten me out and running. I've probably been more active since meeting her than I ever was even before. I actually never thought about it that much. Nor have I ever appreciated the humor in it. I wasn't too active before the heart attack. Pickup games of soccer don't really count since they weren't that common. So now that I know for sure that I have a weak heart, now I run every day, pushing my luck with the help of my medication. I chuckled quietly, then realized I never finished my sentence. Well, before I had my heart attack and wound up at the school here. It comes out so casually. There was a time that I would have thought twice about talking about what was wrong with me at all. But now, that just seems silly to care. Especially with the company of Emmy and her mother. If Emmy can be cavalier about her disability, then so can I. I think back to the track meet, where Emmy declared herself the fastest thing on no legs. The fact of her obvious loss has never seemed to bother her, at least not in public. Being stuck in the wheelchair frustrated her, I know, but even that was something she dealt with on her own, despite my efforts to the contrary. Emmy has a way of bringing out the more active side of people. Never quite figured out how she does it. Those puppy dog eyes she gets, for starters. I'm not surprised that she managed to rope you into some exercise routine if it weren't just as stubborn as she is. I'm sure that Emmy would have gotten her out and running with you too. Oh, that reminds me. Ren says hello. I drift to the outer edges of the conversation again as we move into the dining room to eat. It smells delicious in here, and the spread that Emmy's mom has produced is impressive. Wow, you've made enough to feed an army in here. Is it too much? Well, you can always take some home for leftovers with you when you go. That sounds great. I can only handle cafeteria food for so long. Something home-cooked would be a welcome change of pace. What he said. Thanks, Mom. The food tastes as good as it smells, and there's a lull in the conversation, while we all dig in. Emmy assaults her place with the usual amount of gusto. And I will admit that I set a pretty fast pace myself. So, Hijau, I hear that you and my daughter here have gotten rather close, Yeah, she say something like, not really. It's so strong that I open my mouth to say it, but then reassert control. We are close, there's no getting around it. I mean, Emmy's brought me here, hasn't she? Fortunately, both Emmy and her mother seem to take my reaction as a sign that I'm caught off guard, rather than considering something cruel. I suppose we have. I blame the morning runs myself. You make it sound like a bad thing, Hijau. Well, I for one find it a relief. Why is that? Emmy's always been a popular girl, but never made a lot of close friends. This is a bit of news to me. I've always seen Emmy chatting with her classmates in the hallways. That's me. That's me. I had so many acquaintances. Like, everybody was like, man, you have so many friends. And then I was like, nope, not really. Not really. I just have a lot of acquaintances. I keep thinking I hear my door opening. And I don't want somebody to jump scare me, so I'm freaking out. Anyway. Yeah, I just always had a lot of acquaintances in school. the difference between friends and acquaintances, by the way, in case you don't know. Acquaintances are people that, you like. But, really, their only purpose, honestly, their only purpose is just to help you get through your day and make your day better than it would have been if you were just, like, sitting there by yourself, you know? So, like, acquaintances in school is, like, you have a couple people in class that you talk to, you know, just to pass time. Friends are people that you talk to outside of school, you know, you hang out with outside of school. Usually you don't do that with acquaintances, you don't hang out outside of school, unless it's like a big thing with a couple friends. But yeah, that was me. I had a lot of acquaintances, and a select few people that were actually like genuine friends. And now that number is even smaller. Un poquito. That's what happens after high school, I guess. I should end the episode soon. And certainly the whole track team seems to love her, but is it true that she chooses to isolate herself during lunch with Ren and me? Not exactly the sort of behavior one expects from a popular girl, after all. Then again, I've experienced her unwillingness to get close firsthand, so I can't say that I'm surprised. I was beginning to hear my doubts. Emi rolls her eyes to the ceiling and grumbles something I can't quite make out. Huh? What? What's that you just said? Nothing. Mrs. Ibarazaki chokes onto her drink with laughter. You've been hanging out with the nurse too long, Emi. I'm going to have to talk to him about corrupting my daughter. Somehow I don't think that would be very effective. That face is so funny. I learned most of it from you anyway, not the nurse. Don't listen to her, Hizao. She's a born liar. Yeah, right. Oh, I don't know, Emi. I think your mother has a point. What? You traitor. You're supposed to take my side on this. Yeah, but you did lie about your leg after the meet. Ow! Kick of the shins from an unmistakably plastic foot cuts me off, but not before Mr. Ifurazaki's eyebrows shoot upward. What about your leg? It wasn't a big deal, that's all. I was just, in a wheelchair for a bit. The last few mumbled words are quickly deciphered by Emi's mother. I suggest she has experience with this sort of thing, and a worried frown appears on her face. So that's why I keep dodging my calls. Oh, Emi. I know how much you hate being in a wheelchair. No wonder you've been in such a mood lately. Yeah, she's much happier on her feet, so to speak. Well, of course, she spent enough time in a wheelchair after the accident. She didn't get prosthetics immediately? No, she had to finish healing up before they'd let her start the sort of therapy you've got to go through to adjust to those things, especially since you wanted to run on them. I had no idea. Yeah, it sucked. Oh, did you see Ren's mural at the festival? Alright, we are gonna end the episode. This is good. We can use her mom to get more information on her, because she's clearly doesn't want this stuff coming up, you know? She doesn't want to go into this, but her mom has no problem. She's like, oh yeah, this and this and this and this and this and this and this, and she had gonorrhea that one time and this and this and this. So, hopefully we'll find out a little more about Emi. We'll dig in. She's just so guarded. Like most girls, they just like don't stop talking. You know, they don't stop talking. They will tell you everything about their day and about their entire life, and you'll know everything about every boy they've ever dated, every boy they've ever had a crush on, everything that's ever happened to them. But not Emi. She's very guarded, which is a bit weird. But thank you everybody so much for watching. Remember that I upload videos every single day at 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, so if you want extremely consistent content and Let's Plays, then go ahead, feel free to subscribe. Remember also to like the video if you like the video, because that's what you should do when you like a video, and honestly, if you truly in your heart dislike the video, then go ahead and feel free to leave a dislike on the video, because that's what you should do when you dislike a video. Remember to subscribe if you want to see future content, such as future episodes of Zach Plays Kitaba Shoujo, or other future Let's Plays that I do. I don't know why. I need to get used to not adding the subscribe if you want to see future content part after that, since now I say the subscribe part at the beginning. So I need to get used to that. But oh well, I said it twice and I'm not editing it out. So thank you everybody for watching. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see all of you guys in the next episode. Bye!